Five-time U.S. Open champion Roger Federer. Thanks so much for being so generous with your time and joining us again tonight. What were you happiest about with your match this evening?
Just, beating and playing Bautista Agut for the first time in, I guess, not easy conditions, somewhat humid, somewhat windy. I'm just getting through because I go through a bigger preparation when I have never played somebody before, and that was the case today. So you have a little bit of, you're not worried, but you have a lot of respect for what maybe is to come, and takes a while to get used to his patterns. Is he going to play very aggressive? Is he going to play passive? I'm not sure. And in the important moments, what happens? I don't know. And only with time and with every game that goes by, you know more. And at the end, I was very happy how I could control the match.
One of the things you've been talking about, Roger, that you feel really good about your explosive movement. I want to get your opinion on this, because we just broke down some highlights of you coming to net and coming forward. And I've said that I think where Stefan has helped you in your commitment when you come to net, that you seem to be coming in with maybe more confidence, more authority. So we're going to show that. I'm just interested to hear what you think about the way you're moving forward and cutting off the angles at net.
Yeah, I think it's really like it is one thing, like keep moving forward, or when you move forward, you stop, you go again, and you hit the second volley. But as we don't even see two volleys anymore in today's game, because either it's a passing winner or it's the point's over with the approach shot. But I'm happy. I'm keep coming in, because then my opponents also know they got to do more on the passing shot, or when I don't come in, they think I might be coming in. So you just plant the seed in the back of the head, and for now it's working. I wish I could do a bit more on the serve and volley, but today with the wind, against the wind, it was tough to do. And
being healthy makes all the difference in the world,
totally.
Of course. From a year ago, this is your first major at 33 years old. How have you changed your? Sorry to remind you.
It's a full difference. I was 32.
32, right?
You're almost 30.
A big 6 months and 6 weeks later.
But yes, exactly. But given that, what adjustments have you made in terms of training?
Well, there was such a reset last year when I had the issues that I had. I just had to come up with a different plan. Would I have done the same? Probably not. I probably would have changed a few little things, but not drastic. Here now I felt I had to do somewhat more drastic changes for my body, because of the issues I had last year.
What are some of those changes, if you can talk about?
It's really core exercises. I've been doing them a lot, but I think I was doing too much of the same rather than maybe mixing it up too much. And so I had to change up my routines a little bit there. My warm-ups, I changed those around a little bit. And then we really went through the entire fitness and tennis training that I would like to do. And basically I went through it with my doctor, with my physio, and we just talked about, well, what can we do? Because we need to know exactly what we can do. We don't want to make a mistake. If we can't do jumps, well, we can't do jumps. Right. So we'll hold back on that. So we went through the whole thing like a junior, and I think we came up with a plan which now looking back worked, thankfully. But otherwise, it's really more just keeping in shape, and as long as I don't have a finish line where I don't know, like in a year or 2 or 3, whatever it is, I'll have to work like I will be playing for 5 years to come. If I know it's going to be over next year, then I basically can stop the fitness. I can just play tournaments, basically.
Okay, let's ask you about that finish line, because you've talked about the Olympics in a couple of years, but as you're back here at the very top of your game and feeling great, when you reassess that finish line, what kind of thoughts go through your mind?
Well, for the moment it's open, and that's how I'm training with my fitness coach and my, my training, my coaches and Severin and Stefan and everybody involved. So from that standpoint, I have, nothing planned in any way. Just announced I'm playing Brisbane at the beginning of next year, and clearly it's a goal of mine to play Rio, because that was something that was so important for me when I was in 2000. For me that was huge. So now I just feel good, and I just want to keep on playing. And then obviously after a season again, that's when I reassess what the goals are.
Do you have tangible goals? Do you have, after having accomplished so much, do you have certain things in your mind that you want to do?
I'd love to win Wimbledon again. Maybe if I keep playing well, there's maybe a small chance for world #1, who knows. But then the World Tour finals at the end of the year is always big for me. I mean, and I tried to pace myself this year. Maybe Davis Cup, somewhat of a goal, you know. So as we go along, there's always going to be opportunities.
Let's talk about the next goal, which I know is going to be able to beat Gael Monfils. And
Short term,
played,
right?
Yeah, he's played well this year, really well, and he's played you tough this year as well, including just a couple of weeks ago in Cincinnati. So we have some highlights of that match, Roger. And obviously, it just seems to me that Gael is playing within himself a lot more. What kind of difficulties does he present playing this sort of style?
Well, I just think he's got top 10 potential. It's just so easy for him, you know. And he can hit shots that other players just really can't. And once you have that, you always have the danger, you know, in the back of your mind that when you do come in, that there might be something very special coming from his side. Then he's a big guy, he's got big, powerful serve, which sometimes keeps him out of trouble. And then he's been able to play more aggressive from the baseline, which is not something I think he's that comfortable doing sometimes, but he's a great player, and I think all the players really like watching him play, and I think he's one of the most exciting and entertaining players. And I've struggled against him in the past, as you can see with the results.
Well, you're still 7-2, so that's not that bad.
Yeah, but on faster courts, he played me well, and he beat me in Shanghai last year.
You know, and you said that you have more preparation, obviously, when you meet an opponent like tonight, Bautista Agut, that you've never seen. But for a player that you do know fairly well, what's your preparation?
Well, it's very clear cut, especially when you've just played the guy like 2 weeks ago. So I think from that standpoint, this is where the Masters 1000s and the ATP Tour is so important, is that you can sometimes beat those rivals and beat those players near you in the rankings. Like Monfils, for instance. Now I know exactly how I need to play him in a couple of days. It's going to be the same conditions. I mean, more or less. You don't know the wind and all the humidity and all that. But it's very clear cut, in my opinion. I know I will be coming in. He knows he'll be defending some and wanting to serve well and play big as well. So we both know what to expect going in.
Can you give us a sense of what to watch for as we have Wozniacki and Irani, what the conditions are like out on the court tonight?
I mean, some gusty winds maybe to some degree. It's from the umpire's chair on the left. It just blows down. And there's a bit of a side wind as well coming from opposite the umpire's chair.
Are you saying Irani's going to serve huge tonight? Is that what you're saying, Roger?
She's going to serve.
She's going to do it. That'll be interesting to watch, huh?
But, yeah, I mean, they are going to probably be playing more, not so close to the lines, because when it's windy like this, you got to have some margins in your game, and that's what we're going to see a little bit, I guess.
Maybe you could join Wozniacki in the New York Marathon, run that. Maybe that may not be part of your training.
I'm not sure that's
worse.
a good idea.
Would be so bad after that.
Can you imagine?
No, I couldn't imagine.
That would not be one of the goals. Then,
No, that's not a goal.
We'll take that off the table.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks again, Roger.
Appreciate it, as
Thank you.
always,
Anytime.
for being out here. The great Roger Federer. We appreciate you.